Welcome to Bounty of the Week. I have with me some amazing Star Wars fans, and we're looking forward to playing bounty hunters in the Star Wars setting set in after Return of the Jedi. And I just want to go over a few things before we get started. Um, First of all, this is part of the Gauntlet community, Google Hangouts sort of thing. And so we have a few things to go through, safety tools. Some of those would include the X card, rewind. There's a bunch. What are some of the other ones? I'm blanking right now. Script
Lines and
change,
veils.
lines and veils. Yep. But basically, if you need to leave or if something's uncomfortable, you can just do that, or you can send me a note and we can, retcon things, move past things, whatever you're comfortable with. So if there's anything that bothers you that you want to talk with us about, we can pause and do that. Otherwise, whatever your comfort level is. And is there anything right now that we should be aware of that we should avoid? I'm not gonna I'm not planning to have excessive violence or swearing or sex or anything like that. Kind of thinking PG-13 level of sort of action and story. Anything that we should be made aware of?
I have to say that I don't know if this would even come up, but I'm not a fan of the characters torturing people. That's kind of icky.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. If like kind of like an Empire where there's like fade to black, if we even go there, I don't even know that we will. Cool. All right. Well, without any further comment, we will move along. Um, yeah, so basically the origin of this was twofold. One, the Mandalorian series came out recently, and I've been binge watched it, and that got me interested. As soon as I heard about, because I had sort of been looking around for sort of a bounty hunters game, heard about this thing called Monster of the Week that Rich had adapted into Bounty of the Week. I'm like, what the heck? Someone's already done the work for me. This is fabulous. So I watched, I think there were 4 sessions. I watched them. Things were really moving by session 3 and 4. I was like, whoa, this is great. So because Rich has his Star Wars Saturday series, if you don't know what that is, you should check that out. Talk to him about it. He's an amazing fan. He's reskinned a number of games over to the Star Wars setting. And I just was like, I got to be part of this. So I am sharing this. This is my first time running this Bounty of the Week, my version here. And I hope that everyone has a good time. And yeah, so without further ado, let's go ahead and introduce our names, pronouns, summary of your PC, and where they can find you if that's of interest to anybody. So why don't we start with Rich, then we'll do Brian, then Tony, and then Sabine.
Oh, you bet. I'm Rich. Thank you for the kind words, David. I really appreciate it. I'm so excited because you took my light reskin and actually made a wholly new kind of game set with all of the ideas behind it. So super excited to give this a shot. You can find me on Twitter at ORKLORD, Orklord, with a K. Plus One Forward is the podcast I do about Powered by the Apocalypse games, and I do the Star Wars Saturdays thing. My character is so we're playing post Return of the Jedi timeline. My character has been in Carbonite for many years. He was a clone trooper, ARC 427. And he was created as one of the last batches of clones at the end of the Clone Wars. He was put on ice, literally, and was just recently awoken to a world that didn't need him. So he is a shiny, technically, and that he's a new trooper, but he's found the only war that would have him at this point, which is the war to be a bounty hunter, and joined up. So he is the playbook called The Designed. His look is that he puts on a serene face. He wears ARC Trooper armor that is still pretty shiny and clean. So that's kind of he could make more money selling his armor to some collector than collecting bounties, but he would never do something like that. And that's Ark.
Awesome. Thanks, Brian.
Yeah, Brian, he, him. Where could you find me online? I mean, there's, at this point, lots of videos of me playing different role-playing games out there. But I don't know. You'd have to search them out if you really wanted to. Yeah, I'm playing Oligo, who is a blue Mon Calamari. I'm playing the playbook The Expert, and he's a mostly kind of self-taught. Actually, grew up on the wrong side of the reef, and yeah, is out to make his fortune. And I can't tell you that much more about him because I don't really know yet. We'll figure that out as we go.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you. All right, Tony.
Hey guys, Tony. My pronouns are he, him, and I am playing a character that, or actually, where you can find me online is @madbanner_ on Twitch and Twitter. But I'm basically a lurker on the Gauntlet, and I've been there for a bit. And yeah, I enjoyed listening to the podcasts and playing the games here and there. Character is Trine. He's the Knight playbook in this Bounty of the Week RPG. The concept is that he kind of looks like he's in patchwork gear that looks cobbled together, looks random. He's masked, has an angular body, and is essentially more colorful, and it looks like there might be what's left of a beard singed off, peeping from below the mask. He's kind of the legends around him we'll probably get into, but yeah. So the concept around the playbook is that he's a knight who cleanses evil, the galaxy, and like wrongdoers at the root of their mischief by fire. So yeah.
You have a lot of cleansing to do in the galaxy.
Right. Yep. And the only way to make sure it's gone is to burn it out at the roots.
Awesome.
But yeah, who knows? So anyway, thanks.
Thank you, Sabine.
Yeah, hi, I'm Sabine. I use any pronouns. You can find me on Twitter @SabineV5. That's me. And yeah, I'm going to play Quake. Quake, or CG5713, is also a clone. He was a clone trooper in the Clone Wars. He's one of the first generation or second, I think, I don't know, really. He's one of the earlier clones. He fought, then he completed Order 66, didn't exactly think that was a good idea, deserted, and has been, well, running around the galaxy ever since, like being part of mercenary crews or bounty hunter. Had a little bit of peace on some planet where he met a woman, but that didn't end well. And then he went out again. He's mostly in recent years been with a mercenary group called the Unbound, who are about bringing freedom mostly to themselves, but also maybe to others if they can, if that's profitable. And also he goes on bounty hunts just because he needs the money, I guess. He's pretty much, he's pretty old for a clone, and he takes rejuvenation shots to just keep active and not have to deal with all these pesky blood pressure things that have attacked him recently. So he needs that stuff, and that's expensive, and he also has some other stuff that he wants to do.
Cool.
That's also
Great.
expensive.
Well, it seems like we got a pretty fine crew of bounty hunters here. We also have a ship that we'll get into in a little bit called the Wraith, and it's quite the vessel. So any questions so far before we jump into finishing character creation? No? Okay.
I think all my questions are about character creation.
All right. Let's go ahead and jump over there and see what we can do. All right. So Looks like most of you have your moves and things figured out. Brian, what were your questions?
Oh, I think I have a few. Let's start with my droid companion.
Mhm.
I think I am supposed to pick one tag, and then you pick one tag.
Yeah.
So I will go with know-it-all.
Okay.
And I can describe what I'm picturing as my.
Uh-huh.
I have a protocol droid, and I
Uh-huh.
think there's a song. I know Johnny Cash sang it. I don't know if it's originally a Johnny Cash song, but he talks about a guy who works at a car factory, and he basically steals a car piece by piece over the years. You know, he takes a front bumper home and an alternator home, and just piece by piece, slowly steals the whole car. But by the time he actually gets all of it and can assemble it, a lot of different models have been built on that assembly line, and so it's just a complete Frankenstein mess of different car parts. And that's how I'm picturing he got this protocol droid, that he worked at some kind of learning institution, library, and there were he maybe was a maintenance worker or something, and piece by piece requisitioned replacement parts, and was able to rebuild or repair broken parts, or just get extra pieces, and build his own librarian / instructor protocol droid.
That sounds awesome. So you're picking know-it-all for your
Yes.
tag? All right, so I'm just gonna bolt that. And then let's see here.
Because it was like largely it's an instructor, so it's like tends to lecture. And
I'm gonna say thanks to Rich for making me aware this was canon. Wise ass is gonna be the other tag. Does that work for you?
That's great for me.
Okay. All right, let's see. Get that highlighted. Perfect. What other questions do you have?
Okay, what was the next question? Well, there's different. I've got I'm choosing. Where is it? So I'm choosing things for my Haven, and there are options like the technical library, which give a +1 forward for using tech. And then in my gear, I can take a toolkit, which gives +1 to appropriate use of tech. Would it make sense for me to not pick both of those, or do those stack? Or
I think I'm going to go with the total, whether it's from your stats or your equipment, a maximum of +3 in whatever combination that is. So
from your stats, and okay, so they stack, but only up to,
only to a maximum. That's the ceiling, is a +3.
That's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
So I mean, it's totally up to you what you want to do for the fiction. You could have a toolkit, it just wouldn't give you a mechanical advantage if you decide to choose something else. So,
well, it would still benefit if you're not at a +3 yet, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Plus, a toolkit's more portable.
That too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's totally up to you.
All right. I'll have to think about that. And then, I don't know. Does anybody else have a question while I try to remember?
Yeah. Anyone else? We'll do
something in the chat about like basic moves, or if there's a bounty of the week. Like, I've played Star Wars reskin of like.
Oh,
I just never saw basic moves. I don't
yeah.
Have bounty of the week, so.
Did you not get the emails with them? I can resend it out to you.
I might have gotten it.
Let me take.
I thought that it was only the playbooks.
No.
Yeah, just put the link to the hunters thingy in the chat. Can you not see that?
I saw it. I clicked it and it just sent me to nowhere.
Oh,
Okay.
sorry.
That's okay. I mean, it's not your fault. I don't know that I got that email, or for some reason, it might have been because I'm only registered for like this particular day, and I'm not registered for all 4 days. I don't know. Like, it might not have been one of the emails that I received. That's what I'm guessing.
Let me see here.
It might just be buried in the conversation because.
Yeah, it's probably just buried in there. I can resend it.
Yeah, sorry about that.
No, it's no problem. All right. All right. Let's move that. Let me see if that's the one. Two.
All right. I think I got it now.
Oh, okay. Good.
Yeah. So
Yes.
thank you for accommodating that. I
You
just
bet.
it was buried in between like a lot of emails. I apologize. I've really had a busy week where I haven't really had much time to be on an actual computer. So I'm
No
really
problem.
disorganized.
All right. Any other questions before we go to history? No? Okay. Let's go ahead and do the history with each other, with the characters, and then we'll take care of the ship, and then we'll move into the game. So does everyone have access to the history list for each playbook? Okay. So what we'll do is just go around the room, and you'll just pick one and work with the other player. Make sure that one works for you. Sabine, would you like to go first?
Sure. I have the history thing. Well, I've chosen already that we're related with Ark because he's my brother, and I mean
Sure.
that's just no question about that. But I have another one for one of the other two.
Sure.
That's they pulled you and maybe your team out of a terrible Fubart mission. Who wants to be that?
I would try and might want to take that one.
Okay, cool.
He's definitely no stranger to missions that go Fubar, right?
Yeah, that's okay. Cool.
So some of the
I get.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, do you want to specify what happened there, or should I start and you tell me how you got me out?
It might have been a mission that began. It might have made a mission that, or a Fubar situation that started from his like hot temper, unruliness, and just maybe he just caused too much attention. But
no, you rescued me from a
I got
mission.
you out of it.
Yeah, you got me out of it.
Well, maybe. Okay. Perhaps it was a mission where it was began in a essentially on a. It was that time that I saved you from the spaceport when you were the only ship trying to take off, and it was a very obvious. It was a very obvious escape, but we tried to make it work anyway, and I caused a distraction by
setting something on fire.
By setting something on fire, by losing a game of Sabak and setting the table on fire.
Oh wow!
And it distracted the guards enough to to allow your easy escape.
Okay, yeah.
I had to stay planet side though, so.
Yeah, sorry. I mean, but it wouldn't have helped you if I would have stayed. Glad that you made it out.
Eventually.
Should I do the other one as well? Dave, you're muted.
Go ahead, Sabine. Do the other one.
Cool. So I I think that the other one would be with the expert. They've worked with the agency before and they're well regarded. So you have worked with this Merck company, the Unbound, before, and they think you are very good at what you do.
Sounds good.
Cool, that's my histories then.
So what is one thing that they, and Brian, feel free to make a suggestion here. What's one thing that you think they think you do that's very good?
Well, I think maybe it might be his experience with weird tech.
Yeah, just if there's some puzzle that needs to be solved in order to complete the job, he's a good one to choose because he'll come up with the right plan for it.
Yeah, awesome. I like that.
Cool. All right. Tony, would you go ahead and do 2 relationships, 2 histories?
Sure. So like to essentially be a friend. Like you met me under my cover identity, but then you learned about my sect later. So you know who I am under the mask. Supposed to ask how you feel about that.
Who is this for?
Let's see. This could be for Rich, I think. So Arc.
Cool. And you're playing the knight.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Which one is it? How they feel like friends? They first met you under cover identity. They learned about the sect later. Ooh,
I could tell you more about the sect if you need, but yeah. I think I kind of
your cover identity. So what's your cover identity?
Essentially just wearing a mask. Wearing a mask
like
that doesn't
this guy with mask. That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if you scroll to the picture, it's my cover. Well, I'm sorry. You can put it this way. When I'm working, I wear a mask. I'm just essentially, we may have met outside of work first and became friends. Or you just know me when I'm not working.
So what do you do when you're not working? What is your just summary? Like where do we find you?
Probably
that mask is amazing. I just want to say, like, I love it. That's
from that Pinterest board. Probably tending to like being a local handyman fix-it person. He's helps out repairing, moisture farming equipment, all sorts of things like that, depending on what planet he's on. Just kind of a general. Needing his downtime, he'll just help others that need it the most.
Cool. So maybe I don't know where we're picking up, like, but this could have been somewhere where Ark is currently stationed. Maybe it was before Ark met up with Quake, and when, of course, I'm using the term station, but it's like the place where Ark is living, but Ark says that's where I was stationed. I'm thinking that Ark probably has like had a little coffin hotel type deal, like a very, very tiny, because that's what he's used to. And something was broken, you came by and fixed it, and he was a little low on credits. So he promised he would owe you until his next hunt. Maybe that was how you helped him out, and then he grew to like you. even though you're not
Sounds
a clone.
good. There
You're
is
just
a
like a
note about
human, so you're not designed. I mean, you're just like a free birth, but it's fine.
I helped you out. You said I was able to like help you out with some cash or credits.
Yeah, I think maybe before he got official entry into the Bounty Hunter Guild. So he was scraping money together and he didn't want to break any laws. So, you know, he doesn't have many marketable skills other than shooting people.
So what
yeah.
Can I add a detail to that then?
Yeah.
Yeah, so what in order to help Ark, the thing with Trine is one of his sect's like disadvantages is that they're poor. So in order to help Ark, he worked a lot for him. He's like you can have the proceeds. Like I'll help out around town, and what people will pay me will just go to you. Or like they'll like we ended up cobbling together like favors and whatnot.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Ark would be very surprised by this and kind of fascinated, and now probably thinks that your sect is just great. Right? They're really good. They're good people. They do good stuff. This whole burning thing, that's just a rumor. Obviously, it's a lie. It's a dirty lie.
Awesome. Tony, go ahead and choose another history relationship with another character.
No, I've been talking a lot, so I haven't had a chance to write stuff down. But
Okay.
So a like-minded follower of a code of honor or glory, but not a member of my sect. Let's see. I guess this could be this could also be quick, but I think I'm sorry, I'm looking around. The Monkal Amari Oligo. So possibly with I don't know. I'm blanking as to who would be closer, like follower of like honor, maybe not glory, but if that's no one, then that's fine. I can choose a different one.
I could do that. I have a code of honor. I mean, I don't go and hunt innocents or stuff like that.
Okay. Let's see.
We can always just come back to this later on during the game too.
Sure.
Yeah.
I also don't know that it's really the best one for him. I just kind of like ended up scrambling and looking for something. But we could also say if anyone was a rival for a particularly dangerous bounty once before, to try and like maybe at the last hour we ended up meeting at the kind of moment of truth where a bounty was about to be like seized. How was it handled, and discuss the fate of it. If anyone wants that one, we could do that too.
That one. So we were both going for the same bounty, is the idea? Well, what did we do? Did we end up taking it in together, or did one of us?
Oh yeah, probably end up taking it together, split the bounty, and we ended up maybe getting to know each other better because the whole like, oh, well, you know, sometimes you don't have to kill each other over this one bounty. Maybe it wasn't even that much money too. Maybe that was part of it.
Sure. I think Oligo maybe was like looking for a chance to like, oh, if I could easily like let this guy do some of the work and then swoop in and steal the bounty at the end. But then it turned out to be like, well, easier to just work together and take half of a sure thing instead of trying to do something risky.
Okay, that sounds right. That sounds about right. And then
Sounds
maybe
good.
like Trine was like kind of unaware that you were ever planning that.
Sure.
Just like Just kind of a little bit blindly trusting.
I would, if you don't mind, I would like to say that you apprehended the bounty, turned it in, and got your reward. But I would like to use this bounty as the in media res start for this game, if that works for everyone. Give you something to work with. Okay,
Sure.
Cool. All right, let's go ahead and jump over to Brian for Oligo.
All right. I've got 3 that I kind of feel like all 3 of these could be for anybody. So, which one do I want to do first? They know about some of your past secrets, but they've agreed to keep quiet about them. So I think the secret is there was a bounty that I actually let go intentionally.
I like that.
Okay. I'll put you down for that one, and then let's see. One of you.
Sorry,
Oh,
but maybe I talked you even into letting the bounty go. Because it was somebody who had run from something, and my merc guys were interested in recruiting them, and I told you, hey, this guy, he was a slave. Come on, that's not okay.
Sure. Okay. Next one. One of you helped me. Let's see.
I'm looking at the expert, and I kind of like the one that they came to you for advice, and your advice got them out of trouble.
Okay.
I could imagine Ark wasn't really trained on different cultures because, just not something that was necessary for a clone trooper at the time. And he got into a sticky cultural situation on a backwater planet that wasn't on any of the regs before. And he sought you out, or maybe reached out to you via the HoloNet and asked for advice. And you got him out of, basically he had gone after a bounty and did it in the wrong way. And you helped him figure out a way to extricate himself without getting a lot of trouble. Yes, exactly. There were no Jedi around, so he had to ask Oligo. Did you say Oligo or Oligo, or how are you pronouncing his name?
Just muted myself as I'm thinking I was unmuting myself. Oligo.
Oligo. Awesome. Cool. So like Ollie. Yeah, so he asked for you for help with some, like, how do you handle a bunch of Jawa kind of deal.
Okay. Then that means Trine helped me get like a large database of information to add to my lore library, to like complete my lore library. I don't know who we got it from, but I have to rewrite it.
The database might have been from like one of the, might have been from a hot informer, like someone who was a crooked operator that ex-Imperial or something.
So did we steal it, or did we do a favor in exchange for it, or what do you think?
Probably we could have stolen it. I think that knowing how, yeah, knowing that it was valuable,
liberated. We liberated
it. We knew how valuable it was, and we were just like, there's no reason this guy should have it. He wasn't putting it to good use.
Cool. Anything else? Okay.
Those are my three.
Okay. Let's move on to Rich, and then we'll do the ship, and then move on.
Alrighty, I've got one that I think is perfect for the expert. Tell me what you think about this. You value their function. Someone with these particular capabilities, you want them on your side. Just seems appropriate. Does this sound good?
Yep.
For all a go? Okay. Sweet. And then for Trine, you did nice things for me. So I think they're the person you go to. Yeah, they're the person you go to for advice on organic or mundane stuff like sex, food, drugs. Probably not television, but like the HoloNet. Does it sound cool for Trine, or is Trine a terrible choice?
That's perfect, because he's kind of, for lack of a better word, old school. He's like, even though he's a adept with technology and at least the mechanical, seems to have almost like an otherworldly understanding of technology. His wisdom also is in things and the way the world works. So he's kind of like an earthy, like salt of the earth type of person. So, and breaks it down and speaks deliberately and has a big voice and whatnot. So yeah.
Sweet. You have this like designed killer that occasionally will come and ask you about some kind of joke that Quake makes that Ark didn't get, and Ark is embarrassed to ask Quake what it's in reference to. So
perfect. And then I'll be like, look, that's too literal. You're taking it way too literally. And he'll spell it out for you. And the joke is almost in that and that it's being spelled out literally to you by someone who understands it. Yeah, and has to. Yeah.
All right. Are we good? All right. Let's go ahead and do the ship. So, Aligo, you are the captain of the Wraith. So let's take a look at that and customize this ship. Does everyone have a relationship with this ship picked out already? If not, let's do that real quick first.
Yeah, I have not done that.
yeah, I have failed to do that. Sorry.
That's fine. Looks like Quake has one and
Yeah, I don't know that I do either.
Trine has one.
Oh, he does. Hooray.
So Quake has, there's something uncanny or eerie about the ship that you felt as soon as you laid eyes on it.
Mhm.
So what is this feeling, and which other hunters have you shared it with, Quake?
It's just this it's just a feeling. I don't think you can really put a name to it. It's just a kind of dread. Maybe the ship was a slave ship or something like that. There are bad memories here. I think he might have told that to Trine, I guess, because that guy seems to be, he's a knight, and the only other knights that Quake knows are Jedi knights.
Mm-hmm.
And he's probably not a Jedi knight, but he might at least have some understanding about what that's about.
So that's great. I like that, because it might even lead into my relationship with the ship. Is that Trine might be taking that fear and wanting to not even wanting to necessarily discern what it was that caused this, but he set up in the cargo bay, so much cargo space. It felt as if something else belonged there, and it was always so empty. So he set up a little bit of a circle, like a sacred ground type of area where he could do some kind of what seems like meditation. And so it's kind of fueling the mysticism around the idea that he's a knight, because he's also just like sitting in a room, like burning incense and not saying anything or talking to himself.
Awesome. All right. Rich and Brian, have you decided on the relationship with the Wraith?
There are things I can't. Like Age of Rebellion, Age of the Empire. I slept through those. So
We can always modify something to fit too.
I think I'll go with enjoy working on ships like this one. Admire how easy it is to customize them or use parts with other ships. I think I'll go with that. Nobody else has taken that one, right? Yeah, cool. And I think what he's done is Ark has installed a little coffin bed in the cargo. He doesn't want a room.
So he just slides in and out.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet. Cool. All right. Brian.
I have settled on the Wraith was there for you when no one else was or could be. How did you
Nice.
cope with a troublesome situation, and which other hunter bonded with you during this time?
That's cool.
I don't necessarily know the answer to those. Yeah, I'm gonna have to think about that a little bit. As far
Sure.
as the details.
No, that's fine. Okay. Well, let's go ahead and look at the Wraith sheet. I just really love this character keeper. And go ahead and pick some things up in there. Brian, since you're the captain, is there anything about the look or the quirks or the modules that really spoke to you that you think the Wraith should have?
Well, I remember on the looks, there were some that I definitely didn't particularly, that weren't very cool sounding to me.
Mhm.
And then some that sounded like, okay, like dented or scorched, those sound cool, right? Because then it's been through some stuff.
Sure.
Yeah, that's a badass ship. But like
Yeah.
listing, that's not, or stuttering didn't seem nearly as cool to me. And then there's some like, I mean, ugly. It's like, all right, fine. That's like neutral as far as I'm concerned.
Sure.
So I don't know how everyone else feels about it.
Do we have to choose 5 of them?
No,
It says
just
2 to 5.
Yeah, just
2,
go ahead and
yeah.
pick 2 for today.
I think dented and scorched are fine. Scorched, sorry.
Dented and scorched. Does that work for everyone? Okay. Then that's what we'll go with. And then we've got quirks. So you're going to just pick one from the list.
I mean, I like haunted, but
Yeah, I like haunted.
That work?
That's good.
Okay. Choose it. And then we've got some modules. So you have basically on the sheet here, there's a cost for them. So you get up to six points of modules.
Yeah.
What?
Let me delete what I had a bunch filled in. I was just testing because it added up the total for you. So we can take all those out.
Yeah. So are there any that scream we must have this?
how
Maybe
many
the
points
tether.
do we have?
You get 6 points.
Wow, okay. Tether is fine. Yeah, that's this magnetic thing. Or is it a real tether like a
It can be whatever
Like a
you guys
physical.
decide. It could be a tow cable, could be tractor beam, whatever.
So, because we did choose 5 from the look list, and it's not a worn, grimy, dusty, rusted thing, I think we could actually make this a tractor beam. I think that'd be interesting. I don't know if our ship is big enough, though. Like by Star Wars science.
Life matters not. Sorry. Yeah.
The ship is actually pretty good size.
Okay.
Yeah, it's larger than the Falcon, if I'm reading the specs correctly.
Because I do like
mean,
the idea of it being, besides being burnt and dented, that it's like still shiny. Like we are, like the ship. If people didn't know us, would think like we were bankrolled or something because it's like a shinier bounty hunter ship than most people
Okay.
ride in.
I like
maybe
a
it
gun
also-
turret too.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Good call.
Yeah.
Okay, gun turret. It is. Mounted turret.
All right.
Bound of the week gun turret.
Yeah. So turret's 1, tether's 1, and you got 4 points left over.
Let's have shielding.
Shielding,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay, you got 3 left over.
I like sensor array a lot.
Yeah, the expert needs to
Yeah,
censor
for sure.
it.
All right, you got 2 left.
Ion cannon sounds badass, and then we can do boarding actions, guys.
Okay.
Yeah, you got
Okay,
to disable them with the ion cannon, then
Board.
use
Board
our
them.
tether to grab a hold. Makes sense.
Getting a little too excited about boarding actions, but
Should we have escape?
Can I
Should
throw
we have escape pods?
No, definitely
escape pods are
not.
for sissies.
That's
I'm gonna- yeah,
that's
I'm
what
gonna
your
throw-
spacesuit's for.
Oh,
And that's
true.
what redundant systems are for, of course, guys. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, I can do in vacuum. Most of you can.
I think we need redundant systems, so we don't need escape pods.
No, we can't afford redundant systems. Those cost 3.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So
So
I think
excited about that.
I think you had just 1 left after the ion cannon.
Yeah.
Do you want auto dock? Do you
Maybe
want
emergency.
Well, we could if we do the auto dock. I think I have as part of my thing is a what is it? An infirmary, but I could switch it to something else if we have an auto dock.
the infirmary is a much better thing than the auto dock.
I don't think we need an auto dock if we have an
Right.
infirmary.
Okay, we'll stick with the
So
infirmary.
we have tether, mounted turret, shielding, ion cannon. What was the
Could have-
5th?
We could have blasters,
Sensor array.
Sensor array, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
a weapon locker. What else only costs 1?
There was this
Emergency overrides.
emergency override. Sounds fun. I
What
mean,
I
is
like
that do?
emergency overrides.
no idea what they do, but it sounds fun.
You ignore safety protocols to relay power from essential systems to immediately ready a discharge module while you're in open danger. Roll plus maintenance.
So
That's a lot.
it helps you to survive damage to your ship.
That
You
sounds-
literally discharge a module.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds useful. We don't have escape pods.
just
Sounds exciting and dramatic.
just jump in the gun turret and be launched.
Oh, cool.
Okay. It sounds like we got our choices. All right. Perfect. All right. Any other questions? Do we need a bio break or anything before we start off? Are we good?
I actually would like a quick break
Okay.
if you guys don't mind.
Go for it. We'll take like 5 minutes and then get going with the in media res move. See you in 5. All right, looks like everyone's back. Welcome back to Bounty of the Week. Looks like we got our fabulous cast and players here all assembled. We're going to go ahead and get started with the opening session move in media res of a hunt, in which case we find our group of hunters already on an assignment, kind of partway through it. And what we're going to do, since we have a captain, a wonderful captain, he's going to make the first roll of the game. And so you're going to roll plus sharp, plus any modifiers. I'll give you a +1, just for some intel. And we'll have you make a roll, whether it's virtual dice, real dice, and then we'll see what the outcome is. You ready? All right, go ahead.
Okay, so I got a 10 on the dice plus sharp, you said?
Yeah.
And +1, so that's a 13.
All right. Awesome. You don't
off to a
have
good
the
start.
you don't have the advanced move for it yet. So we'll just count that as a regular success, which is still really good. Okay. So on a 10+, the bounty feels safe. However, they have a plan of escape or a bribe ready for you if you are desperate enough. So let me give you some of that information. On the spreadsheet, on the bounties page, I have added some information there. Regan is what I'm calling this person. This is the same bounty that you captured before with your on-the-job partner, Tyne. And you turned him in before. He went to an imperial prison, but escaped during the fall of the empire in the recent years. Is making trouble again. He's selling custom computer viruses to the highest bidder and is now aboard a luxury transport, the Selenium Star, which is now traveling through core worlds. Let me change this. He is anxious to get to a meeting near Corellia to make some credits. All right. Perfect. Okay. So tell me briefly, I'm just going to assume that you're on this transport already, right? We don't need to get there. You're already there. You're getting ready to ambush or confront the bounty. Just tell me very briefly, like, what is your character doing? What's their emotional state? We'll start with the captain again.
Well, I think, sorry about that. Let's see, me and Trine are not going to be closest to the target as we're closing in because we'd be recognized. So maybe we're monitoring the situation from a little bit more of a distance as our two clones are maybe going to drop the net on this guy.
Cool.
Also, do I roll my one with the plan move that I do at the beginning of every hunt?
Yeah, you can do that, or you can wait. Yeah, go for it if you want.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and roll it while everyone else checks in on what they're doing.
I'll just riff off of that then, because you mentioned me, and I think you're right. I think Trine is also, he's kind of eager to get out there at the front, and is finding it hard to accept that he's been relegated to, like, you can't show up. You're obvious when you show up. But them's the orders. So so he's a little upset at that.
All right. What about the clones?
What kind of ship is the Selenium Star?
It's a luxury transport.
Oh, nice.
Think like a Star Wars version of like a Carnival cruise.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's fine. So we can just pretend to be party goers, I guess. Like I'm showing Ark around, pretending that he is my younger brother. So just move towards the target and just see if we can shadow him until he gets to a position where we might grab him.
Ark is wearing a large cloak, and his face is a little confused at all of this opulence.
I'm pretty sure that to blend in, Quake will not wear the armor because that's too obvious. So I mean, he's aware of that, and he just wear whatever civilian clothing seems appropriate. Probably something black that he can say that's basic. That's just the fashion where I come from, because he hasn't got a lot of money and he hasn't got any idea about fashion really. But you wear black, it's always okay.
Cool. So you guys are blending in without your armor, nothing obvious, and I'm assuming like kind of moving into position near the bounty. And I'm just going to assume that you have like a little communicator that you can talk to each other for your missions. Okay, so the bounty, Ragan, is at basically like a sabacc table with some others, got a drink, playing some games. What's the next stage? What is the next stage of your plan to get this bounty?
Well, we might have made a plan before to really lose to him at Sabacc, and then try to get him to our quarters where he can gather the money. That, I mean, okay, I can't play Sabacc. I mean, I can lose at Sabacc. I'm really good at losing at Sabacc, actually.
Awesome. Do you want to? Your captain made a very nice roll with the plan. Do you want to use one of those holds in this effort, or just see where it goes and hold on to those?
I'm holding it for now. So
Okay.
then when things go wrong, then it can be a part of the plan all along.
Of course. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, Quake, you get in there and you lose, you put on a show, and he's like, all right, hand over the credits.
I haven't got them on me.
What?
Yeah, well, I haven't got them
You're
on me.
Big spender, don't bring your money.
No, not with me. I mean, it's at my quarters.
Huh. All right, let's go get it.
Okay, cool. And then I turn to Ark and tell him that, hey, see, that's why I told you not to go play, because you lose all of it if you play like me.
Noted.
All right, so he's just going to follow you back. He's still got his drink, and he feels pretty confident things are going well. He's following you back to your quarters to get the money. Anyone doing anything else? Trying, are you gonna like confront him, or are you gonna wait?
Yeah. I might like already be off the ship, so that like after I might just be like looking at the ship from a vantage point where if he were to like glance sideways, he might see me, but I'm not like gonna go in front of him. It's just I want to see it. I wanted to get a good sense of the of his escape route, and I might be the guy that like blocks his way.
Sure. So, I'll say, let me take a look at your stats for a moment. Sorry. Who's got the highest sharp here? Captain's pretty good. All right. So I'm going to say it, of course, at the same time, Trine and Aligo both notice a pair of Rhodian, like the Greedo type aliens. They sort of follow at a safe distance as your bounty is wandering off. You get the impression that they want something from him.
Okay.
Yes, looks as if someone else has an interest in our quarry. Might end up.
Okay. Well, we've that's no problem because they don't know. They're just following. We know where they're going. And then I'll go ahead and spend one of my hold.
All right. What does that look like?
And I think you see the two our two clones and the target go around a corner, and then you see the two Radarians following them come around that same corner, and they're confronted by just like this group with like weapons, and they're like, tell them like, hold it right there, and they're because I'm using my holo projector to just
Oh, that's perfect.
buy the
Okay.
other two plenty of time to get some distance.
Oh yeah, so like the Rhodians, they turn around the corner, and then suddenly there's
and
this
they're just
group.
they're just being like
Yeah.
interrogated, and like they're not even listening. They're not paying any attention to what the questions. But
Right,
the
right.
answers to any of the questions. Who are you? What are you doing down here?
Right.
Where
Yeah.
were you at such and such time? They're just getting like bombarded with like questions.
Do you-
by this heavily armed group.
Yeah. So does
And then
this
eventually
group-
the group just like flickers off, and
Oh,
after they've been
okay.
like stalled long enough.
Okay. So okay. So Quake, where is Ark or Rich? Where is Ark at this point?
Ark's hoping to fall in behind Quake and the Mark to be backup, but I'm not sure if he's smooth enough to pull that off. But that's the plan.
Okay, cool. All right. So yeah, you guys, do you go into your quarters?
Would it be I think it might be advisable if you go to our ship, really, because I mean we came with the ship, we leave with the ship, and if we have him on the ship, that's just perfect. Even if he runs, he'll still be on our ship.
Okay, so you're basically saying we're actually docked on this transport with
I
our
think
ship.
so. I mean, we'd have to get there anyway.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's cool. All right, so yeah, you're heading over there, and that's perfect. And then Trine, are you still watching, or are you getting closer to the mark?
Well, so I think Trine is probably at they call it the hangar, to essentially like he might actually be like disguising himself as like he's just like lifting boxes and like moving them so that it looks like he's just kind of working in the cargo area, and maybe like he doesn't really consider it that he's a very obvious like with his mask and everything, he has a very obvious silhouette, so like it doesn't occur to him that he'd be spotted immediately. But he's not in like plain view. He's like out there, so that so like when Quake comes with the mark.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do I spot Trine with his mask before the mark does?
Yeah. I want you to roll cool, Trine.
All right. Okay. For some reason, I don't have dice here.
So the good thing about the mask is like you're not necessarily recognizable as yourself, just as a member of your sect. So it's not like as big a giveaway as it could be, I guess.
Yeah.
Somebody needs dice.
I just opened the roll for the party. Yeah.
I just dropped a link in for you.
Thank you, Rich.
Just didn't see it. Thanks. So my cool is -1, and of course I get a 4.
Oh, you mark experience. Okay. All right. So let me look at the moves. This is act under pressure, I think. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. So you're moving stuff, and the monarch, he pauses and he glances over at Trine. And then he looks at his two companions, the clones, and he says, "You know, I could use help like that." And he calls over to Trine. He says, "Hey, what are you making here?"
I say, Trine he just kind of he like flips up his mask for a second while he's still not looking towards them, and is like, and then lowers it again and turns. And he's like, "Did you just ask me what I'm cooking?"
No, what are they paying you here?
Oh, well, I get a flight.
Come with me.
No.
Join. I got credits. Come with me. We're gonna go get more money. I could use someone like you. And he just follows Quake.
All right, I follow him as well. I'm a little
Okay.
shocked.
All right.
Yeah, I will take care to be next to him and not in front of him. I won't
Sure.
turn my back on that guy.
You guys get outside of your ship. The door opens. You take him in.
Yep.
All right. He's on your ship.
I think I'm going to take him out then.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want to kill him or anything, but
Yep.
you know, it's
Yep.
Star Wars. You hit someone on the head, even if he wears a helmet, he's out. Hopefully.
You knock him out.
Okay.
Okay.
Was easy.
Trine's gonna look kind of back and forth. He's like, "Why was he? That guy knew me. This is weird, right?"
And Ark sees through. I'll say you see as the door was closing, the two Rhodians coming up with their pistols drawn, and they start shooting at the ship.
Oh, nice.
Oh, awesome.
What are you doing?
I shoot them back.
All right. Are you
Yes.
gonna open the door to shoot, or are you gonna get in the gun turret, or what are you gonna do?
Oh, wow. The gun turret is a great option. We've done our job, so Quake, there's a little bit of trouble here. Got some eat. I'll take care of it. And then
Yeah.
I'll jump into the turret and take care of it.
All right. Roll for kicks and shed.
And I try to and say, this was too easy anyway.
Agreed.
Cool. Roll plus tough. Here we go. My tough is a +2. I'm rolling purple dice. Eventually. Oof. I rolled a 6 + 2 is an 8.
Okay.
So on a 7 to 9, on 7+, whenever I'm fighting, inflict harm on each other. I'm doing a gun turret. I don't know if that scales up, but I think it's what?
You are not going to take damage from their blasters.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's just the scale. For this scene, it's not that important really. But yeah, so you inflict the harm. They do shoot off of they shoot at the turret, but it flies off. What does this look like, Rich? What does this shooting look like?
I mean, Ark's hoping that this will impress Quake, but is pretty sure this is kind of literally shooting fish in a barrel. So not much of a challenge. It's efficient. It's cool, collected.
Yeah. Well, maybe like the harm for the sake of the scene is kind of like you feel like this is like too easy or something like that.
Yeah, little too easy. All this too easy.
You blast the Rhodians away. You don't see them. What's everyone else doing?
I'm securing our bounty.
Okay.
So
Where's
that guy doesn't make
Yeah.
any trouble anymore.
no problem. Okay, the captain. What are you doing?
I'm sitting on one hold, so I can.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever I'm doing, I've got a plan, and I'll show up when I'm needed.
Are you in the ship,
Um,
or do you have to get to the ship?
I don't think so. They got there ahead of me, and then it seems like.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't
There
think I
are
had a chance.
alerts going off now that there's been, firing going on. There's a general alert. You can hear that. Security, all the hangar bays are being locked down. So
If-
if you want to get your ship free
just
soon,
need to
you're
do
going to need
something.
to leave right now.
Yeah, I had something, Brian, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
The back what you call it, the gate, whatnot. The loading dock kind of starts lowering, and Trine is standing there.
Mhm.
Waits until it's all the way down. No, actually, he's walking down it as it's going down, and scoots out like underneath it while it's still on its way down. He's like, he kind of you hear him barking back to you guys that he's going to go and find the captain.
Wait, what? Where is Oligo at that point? That's the question, because he might still
doesn't
be on the
know.
ship.
Well, he doesn't know.
Oh,
He
okay.
doesn't think that he's on the ship.
Okay.
I'm pretty
Then
sure.
I'll call for Oligo. Where is she? Where is he? Trine's coming for you. We need to leave right now.
Okay. I mean, I can be on my way. I can
Okay.
be right behind the.
So you're heading over there? Okay.
So yeah. Now you see like from the opposite angle where the Rhodians were getting blasted away. I'm back in some corner, and I can go running across.
Okay. So just to get a sense for where everyone is. So Oligo is on his way. Trine is going to go meet up with him. Is that correct? All right. Ark, where are you? You've already dispatched the Rhodians. What are you doing?
Well, once Ark realizes we're not leaving immediately, he'll head back out to check on Quake, see that Quake secured the mark, and say, "Where's the rest of the crew? Shouldn't we be going?"
Yeah, we're waiting for the captain. Let's spool up the ship so we can get out of here. Go back to the gun turret, maybe, in case we have to shoot our way out.
So yes, sir. And he jogs back to the gun turret.
And I'm saying to myself, does he know that he is my superior? If I haven't deserted, and then walk off to the cockpit and start to, to start the ship so we can.
Okay. All right. So Quake, you get to the ship. I'm going to have you read a bad situation.
Okay, I guess. I mean, we're in the ship, right?
Yep.
We're okay. Read a bad situation is with Sharp.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see how that goes. Oh well, I've got an 8. So.
Okay. All right. So you find that the computer system for your ship is acting strange.
Okay. Okay, what's my best way out? Or our best way out?
Yeah. Well, you need to either take the computer offline, or you need to stop the program, the virus that's attacking it.
Okay.
Or maybe convince someone to take care of it for you.
Yeah, but the two guys who are very good with tech are out there, I guess. I start trying to deal with the virus, and I'll call for Trine. I call for Ligo. I call for Ligo. Hey, we have a virus. I'm trying to take it offline, but this is not my area of expertise at all.
Okay. Well, I think we know where the virus came from. This what's our target's name? Raygun?
Raygun, Rhaegar, something like that.
All right. Yeah, Raygun. I guess you go try to convince him to undo whatever he did, and I'll start working on it as soon as I get aboard.
He's unconscious.
Then put him in the infirmary, I guess, and we'll talk to him when he wakes up. And
Okay, see that you get back here.
I need a name for my droid. I'm gonna message my droid to start.
All right, we can call him name 5 because there is a name 5 tab on our character keeper anyway.
Whatever you need. Okay. So you meet up with the captain. You rush back to the ship.
Are we not aware of the virus that's affecting it? Like, was that private information for them? Or the thing that they have to deal with?
Unless you specify it's private, I'm just going to assume that everyone hears the
Everyone
conversation. Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
So yeah, you got a computer virus on your ship that you believe came from maybe your bounty.
Okay. And so Oligo and I get back to the ship yet? Do we kind of
Yes,
just met
you're at the ship. Everyone's at the ship.
Okay.
The hangar doors are closed and locked. The alert's on. There's been an announcement that there's going to be a security sweep of all quarters and ships.
In case you didn't guess it already, Oligo, those burn marks over there. Shots were fired. It's like the status report.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, so I'm yelling at who's the pilot out of everyone?
Well, Trine definitely has tech. I don't know what. Let me see.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, so I'll just yell, try and get us undocked and start flying us out of here. Yeah, Quake, get our prisoner awake and answering some questions.
Yeah, okay, I can do that.
I guess Arc, keep a weapon trained on him so he doesn't try anything. And I'm yelling at my droid, which I need to come up with a name with, to pull up everything we've got in the technical database on viruses, on purging viruses, and I'll go to work trying to stop this virus from ruining our ship.
Okay, so are you going to have your droid connect to the computer on the ship?
No.
Okay.
No, definitely not right now.
I
guess. Oh yeah, because my technical library would all be connected, huh? To the.
Yep.
Okay. Well, forget that then.
Okay, so I'm going to jump to Quake. You wake up, Raygon.
Yeah.
He's just like, where's my credits?
Dude, we're going to get them, but some virus infected our flight computer, so maybe you tell us how to take it offline.
Maybe you give me my credits and let me go, and
maybe
I'll send over the antidote.
Maybe I don't shoot you. I mean...
Well, if you shoot me, you're still going to be stuck here.
Yeah, but you'll be dead.
Come on.
Yeah,
give me some credits.
Dude, we're bounty hunters. You're nabbed. Give me the call. Give me the antidote.
Are you gonna try to intimidate with force or something here, or what?
I'm trying to. Yeah, let me see what the moves are. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
Because manipulate doesn't seem right at that point.
He definitely feels like he has the advantage.
Yeah, he has, absolutely. Because I mean, I can now kick him, but that doesn't help me. Oh, I have something. Look, I have a whole infirmary here, and I can put some of these drugs in you. I don't know what they do. You don't know what they do. But we can start. We can start out on that. On that one.
Are you threatening
Yes.
to torture me?
No, I'm threatening to poison you.
Oh, okay. Roll manipulate.
Yeah, okay. I have no amount of charm here.
That's okay.
But I've got luck, so maybe
yeah, you guys
he's
can
allergic.
spend luck.
Maybe he's allergic to something. Yeah, I've got a 5. I will spend a point of luck here, and I pick something up, and I say, "Hey, you know what? You're what species is he?
Duro. There's a picture.
Yeah, you're a Eudora, right? You guys are. I think you're allergic to ketamine, aren't you?
Hey! There's no reason to resort to poisoning me. We can work out a deal. I'm a deal maker.
Okay.
Why don't you just forget the credits? Just let me go. I'll unlock your ship and we'll part our ways. He's looking very nervous at the like syringe or whatever you've got.
I don't know. I mean, we can deal with the authorities.
All right, what's everyone else doing?
My orders were to get in the gun turret, so that's where I am. But not much is happening. So
right, no,
considering
like in a couple minutes there will be like a security patrol that'll come out and check your ship. They're part of the crew of the transport.
I think Trine is just kind of yelling and hammering down on places that won't cause permanent damage in the cockpit, just because he's like it's not working, you know.
So, are you going to actually like leave the ship and go and try to get the hangar bay doors open?
Yeah, I think you would actually.
Okay.
Yeah,
just go ahead and roll use tech, and we'll see what happens.
Okay, so Trine gets a 14.
Jeez. All right. So you look over the controls. You're like, oh, this looks like the one because you're that handy guy, right? On your day job. You're like, this looks very similar to when I was working at another odd job. And you start flipping the switches, and someone left they didn't log out, so the system is still there.
Actually, I have a move for something like this too.
Oh, cool.
Because of something else. They have a move called that old black tech. When you use tech with or about illegal or secret tech, you can make ask question from the investigate a hunt move as your effect.
Well, this is just basic hangar bay operations.
Okay.
There's nothing secret about it.
Okay, this didn't have anything to do. If I did something directly to the virus or something, then maybe.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, the hangar bays start opening up. The 2-person droid security force see the ship there. They see you out by the controls to open the hangar bay, and they start heading towards the ship as standard protocol because they notice that it's active. They can see somebody up in the turret, and they approach and they announce their presence to the ship.
Okay. It's going to respond to them over loudspeaker. Trine's just kind of looks over his shoulder.
So what do you do?
we got a few chrome domes out here that give us some trouble. Should I go ahead and blow them out of space, Quake?
No, wait, Captain, what do we do here? How far are you along with the computer? Because I can't get along with this guy. Send somebody else to talk to people.
Yeah, no,
really.
I'll talk to him.
Just let me go. So this security droids are a little bit more assertive. They're asking for you to open up for an inspection.
Yeah, sure. Get them on board.
Okay. All right. So that they come in and they're looking for trouble as defined by their programming.
I will show them around. I'm better at showing things around and pretending everything is absolutely shipshape than I'm at talking at people.
Okay.
Is our bounty hunting considered like legal and licensed on this station, or are we like operating outside the law right now?
Given the status of the galaxy right now, there's a lot of wiggle room. I'm sure that the proprietors of the ship would not appreciate having you here. But as long as you don't like,
we're leaving, so
yeah,
everyone will be happy.
Yeah, as long as you don't like make a fuss, they'll be happy for you to come and go. So yeah, Captain, what are you doing with this sort of like at a stalemate with this computer virus?
Well, I want to use my preparedness move to have some kind of antivirus firewall thing.
Awesome.
Because I foresaw this situation. So I knew who we were
dealt
going
with this guy before.
Yeah.
So you pull out like Nortone and you install the disk in there. Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll just have you make a use tech.
Well, I'm making I have the move.
Oh, cool.
Preparedness.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right.
Which I just failed. I just rolled a 5. Yes.
So here's what I think.
So on a miss, you know where it is, but it's somewhere really bad, is what it says.
Okay. What about this? You do end up disabling the virus, but you also reset your operating system to an earlier version.
Okay.
Which allows you
off of this preparedness roll, because
what does the preparedness say?
Yeah, sorry. Let's read it. When you need something unusual or rare, roll plus sharp. On a 10 plus, you have it here right now. 7 to 9, you have it, but not here. It will take some time to get it. And on a miss, you know where it is, but it's somewhere really bad. So basically.
So what would someplace really bad be? Or do you want to spend a luck?
A luck would boost you to a 12.
I don't know if I want to spend a luck on that. I mean, maybe I could just try to solve the virus thing without it. I was hoping to make it easier, but
whatever your call is.
I mean, I think I can just take that fail, and as far as where. Yeah, so I looked into it ahead of time, and there's probably some real dangerous gangsters who basically I'd have to deal with to get a hold of it. So I didn't prepare in that way.
Okay.
Like I'd hoped to.
And mark experience.
Okay.
All right.
Ryan's impulse was to also start investigating this virus to see what it affected and to diagnose the problem and whatnot. So if you think it's better that Oleg will help him, or I don't really. I think Trine is just kind of trying. He's going to begin to look at the, ship's diagnostics and just.
Yeah, we could just work together on trying to.
Okay, go ahead and take care of that. Quake, you're showing the security forces around. They seemed pleased. Ark, what are you doing? You still stuck up in the turret?
I could try to work. Maybe Ark is thinking about trying to work on this virus. Maybe there's something Ark can do to help out with that, right? Because we haven't cured that yet. And that seems to be important for us getting out of here. So, if there's any way he can help try and clear out of that, that's what I'd like for him to do.
Awesome. All right. Do a help roll plus cool.
A roll plus
Yeah,
cool.
do it. Anyone who's helping the situation, go ahead and roll.
That is an 8. So I do some
Plus
help,
one.
but I'm involved. Yeah, +1 to
Yep.
your roll, Trine.
All right.
So far, it's a 7, so it's an 8 now, and I'm trying to look up the actual move. Oh, use tech. Yeah, so it's an 8 on use tech. It works imperfectly. I do think that this might trigger the old black tech, the
Sure.
old black tech
Yeah.
one. So I don't know. He has like some like particle spanner tool that he's like plugging into the droid intake, and he's reading the things, but it's like it's coming out some really strange colors, and he takes out like another another similar looking tool that has like a crystal in the inside, and he activates that and plugs it next to it, like attaches it onto the spanner, and it makes similar lights. So, it might tell me something about the hunt as an effect. So I get to ask a question off the list.
Yeah.
Let's see. It says what can make it vulnerable, but I also I think that's kind of what I want to make. I want to know what can make either the hunt itself vulnerable or the virus vulnerable. But I don't know how I can stretch that.
Yeah, so the virus, there's sort of like a password phrase in there. All you need to do is go into the code and enter it. It's like a safe word to deactivate it.
I relay that to the others.
Yeah.
And just that. And I might even kind of stand up from my crouched or my like prone position. And be like, where is he? Where is Regan? He knows it. He knows the word.
I think he's in the infirmary last I knew.
That way.
He's probably like strapped down, and he's sort of nervously glancing at the thing of ketamine, hoping that no one injects him with it. Okay, so yeah, you find him. You find Regan in the infirmary.
I think I might also try to try to manipulate someone move because I'm like how I'm doing it. Essentially, what I'm planning on is just like lighting basically a blowtorch and being like, they don't let me use this in here, so I'm gonna see if they'll let me truck this dolly out onto the it's like we're not going anywhere without you telling us the word. You already know how I get about waiting.
Okay. Go for it. Roll.
Okay. I get a 7.
Okay.
Basically, what do I have to do to show them that I mean what I'm talking about? Like, do I start like trucking him out there, carrying him on a stretcher?
Here's what I think might work. You reveal who you are to him, from your previous adventures, right? It's like going to put more psychological pressure on him.
Yeah. Yeah, it might even just be a matter of like lifting up my mask and showing him who I am. Like,
oh yeah. So there's like this close up of you pulling your mask up, and his eyes get really big. He's like, not you again.
So you can relive the past trauma.
Yeah. And I feel like there's this cut scene where you come away with the passphrase, which is his mother's name. And you
Great.
type it in, and the virus, on the screen changes from like red to green and then goes dormant.
I think we're in business, guys.
The hangar bays are open. The security droids have really appreciated the tour. They don't often get this kind of customer service from customers.
Yeah, well, sure. Roger, right?
They turn their heads to each other like they haven't heard that in a long time. And then they say with a bow, service, and they leave.
Oh my God, I used to shoot up so many of these guys.
So you lost count.
I've never stopped count. I've never started counting.
So the Wraith, you see it, zooming off, going to hyperspace away from the transport. You got your bounty. He is afraid of what you guys might do to him next. So he's not causing any sort of trouble. You take him to Ratak. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Ratatak, which is sort of a mountainous planet. And that's where your contact Talent is. And I've got a picture and some notes on the spreadsheet on the NPCs and places. And she's expecting you with some sort of indication of the success or not of your mission. Is the captain the one that normally deals with her, or somebody else?
I think it's probably me.
Yeah, cool.
Sure.
So, yeah. So she has her bodyguard, which is a large Gamorrean, and also an advisor, which is a tactical droid at her sides. And she just basically meets at this sort of tavern that's sort of fortified, like recently. And that's where she is. She's just kind of going through some data work and looks up and sees the captain. And do you have the bounty with you, like in restraints, or did you leave it on your ship, or how do you usually do that?
I think he's with me.
Okay. Is there anyone else with you? Is your whole team there?
Anyone who wants to be, I guess.
Yeah, somebody should point a blaster at him, I guess, at least.
I'm trying to be there, pointing the blowtorch, the pilot light.
Okay. All right. So you bring it, and she nods at you, and she sees that he's alive, which is great, and she slides the Imperial credits over. This is well done. And her bodyguard gets up and
wait, we're getting paid in Imperial credits?
Yeah.
What?
That's the currency out here right now.
Oh,
that's the strongest
no.
currency.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. You can try to get them exchanged somewhere. So do you take the money?
Absolutely.
All right. So it's one.
I just say,
go ahead.
Keep them away from your computers.
Noted. And you see the tactical droid take like a half step back, like this guy has a cold or something. And she's like, well done. Any complications that the guild should be aware of?
There were a couple Rhodians. Blasted them.
Yeah, they seemed interested, and they fired on her ship. Not sure what they thought that was going to accomplish.
Well, if that becomes a paperwork issue, I'll let you know. But as far as I know right now, no problems. So, are you ready for your next job?
I'd say so.
Okay. All right. I am going to attempt to share this into the chat. We'll see if it works. She'll get you guys, refreshments or anything like that if you want them. Let's see. Let's try that one. Okay. So as you know, the policy is usually no questions unless it's something related to logistics or anything like that. It is uploading. Maybe. Yeah, your bounty has been taken away for processing. All right. Looks like it uploaded. Can everyone see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay. That is think of that as like the holographic bounty puck.
Mm.
So what do you say? Are you up for it?
Is there any information about that guy on the puck that we can see?
There's a name, there's the cost. Let's see. Presumed dead at the Battle of the Great Pick of Carcoon on Tatooine about a year ago. Rumor has it he's trying to get his appearance altered to start a new life. He's wanted by the client for attempting to assassinate Jabba the Hutt.
All right. We'll see if we can track him down.
All right. Last known location, Bespin.
Clouds. Okay.
Were there any other questions or anything from anyone?
Was it seen with anyone?
As far as we can tell, he's trying not to be seen by anyone. He doesn't want it to be let known that he's actually still alive. Kind of a scoundrel character. All right. Cutscene. Are you guys preparing or doing anything special along the way to Bespin?
I think that there's a good chance that this would be a chance for trying to use the sect in terms of finding some useful information. But yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
use it.
Yeah.
Cool.
You can also do the investigate a hunt move too. So whatever you guys want to do. Go for it.
Yeah, so I think I'll roll that because I think it might lead into other things. He gets 12.
Wow.
And so it's when I'm in good standing with my sect at the beginning of each hunt, I can roll it. They provide some useful info or help in the field.
Perfect.
So yeah, if you need more background on them, I don't really have too much, but
Here's a thought I have on that. What if they have a small chapter on Bespin? And you can basically call them in as some sort of resources or backup once you get there. Does that work?
That works
Cool.
for sure. Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Anyone else do anything?
Ark would go to Oligo to try to talk a little bit about we really need some kind of shielding for stuff in case we're ever sliced like that again.
Ooh.
Yeah. Always good to be prepared. Do you have something specific in mind, or you just think we should look into that?
I thought you might know where we could buy something like that.
Well, on short notice, I knew some people, but they're not the type you really want to deal with unless you have to. But now that we have a little more time, maybe we can put something else up.
Right.
Right.
I'd like to find out some info about what this guy can do. I mean, we had a computer hacker, and that didn't go too well for our computers. So if this guy, as I don't know, if he makes biological weapons, we might up on some vaccine stuff or something. So what I'm trying to do is, I don't know if this is a gear up montage or something for a plan that I would try to formulate to deal with this guy or countermeasures.
Yeah. So yeah, if you look at, where is it? There is a move.
Yeah, I know.
It is, I think, with sharp for the plan part.
For the plan part, it's with cool. For info, it's with sharp.
Oh, thank you. Yes.
Yep. That's what it says on this sheet. That's what I'm going. That's what I'm going for a plan.
Do it.
Yeah, because I'm actually kind of good with cool. Oh wow, yeah, I've got an 11.
Awesome.
So, yeah. Okay.
All right.
I get it.
Let's see here. Okay. Okay. Perfect. So, what does this plan look like?
And this plan is contingent on the fact that I have to find out what he does actually. Yeah. If he's a sharpshooter, if he's a whatever. I cannot formulate
he's
the plan.
He is an amateur demolitions person and extortionist.
Oh, okay. Demolitions. That means we will need some. If he tries to.
Yeah, you have found out that he has worked with Imperial surgeons to implant explosives in. Well, he did this with Jabba's dog. He had Imperial surgeons. This is canon. To attempt to blow up Jabba with his own dog.
That's kind of amazing. What we need is a jamming device.
Sure.
Because this has to be on a remote, hopefully. But I want to, we need jamming devices because if he tries to blow up civilians, no, we can't have that.
I agree. That's not a good thing. Okay.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Cool. Perfect. All right. Anyone else? Okay. So you guys are going to arrive at Bespin, and the word on the net is that he's already booked for the surgical operation to change his appearance. And also he has a strange genetic mutation that makes his hands too big. It's been a problem for him his whole life. He struggled with that. And this is his opportunity to take care of two things at the same time. So what I would like for someone to do is to roll investigate a hunt, and that'll help to determine something for me.
I can do that.
Roll plus sharp.
Okay. An 8.
Okay. So you get to ask one of the questions on the list. Do you have access to that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where did it go?
You know, I'm just going to give you. You already know he's going to be operated on Bespin.
Well, then what is being concealed here?
Ooh. Okay. What is being concealed here is that, let's see. He's paid the staff off. And you see that he has kind of put on like the want ads for like a bodyguard. And there's been a response from this new entrepreneurial startup that rents out droids. And basically it looks like that company has contacted him. So you're pretty certain that he has a droid bodyguard somewhere nearby.
Good to know.
Okay.
Might be fun to shoot up some clankers again.
Team building exercise. Okay. So are you making other special preparations before you land on Bespin, or are you just kind of going in? Who here has been to Bespin before?
Remind me, Bespin is the cloud city, right?
Yep.
Okay, I don't know if I've been there before.
Because I'm meeting up with some of the sect here, I'm fairly sure that Trine will have been there before.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what is one thing about Bespin that you really like, and one thing about Bespin that you don't like?
Well, Trine really likes how high the oxygen content is in the air.
Uh-huh.
Because and how like the art at the altitude they have oxygen tanks all over the place, so it makes for great fireworks when he needs them.
True.
But at the same, it's kind of a love-hate because he's caused way more damage, and maybe has, if he takes off his mask, let's just say he might have a reputation. He might be infamous for that here as well. So
okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you may have like a wanted status going on here. Perfect. All right. All right. So you guys arrive on station. Are you going right to the surgery ward, or are you doing something else?
Yeah, maybe talk about what our plan is here, what we do.
Yeah, you've got that plan.
I've got the plan to
disarm.
I've got a plan to disarm somebody he's implanted with a bomb. I haven't got a plan how to go there and then shoot up him and his droid bodyguard.
Well,
we're supposed to bring him in alive anyway.
I think it makes sense that we kind of see this because the montage thing, like we just see like you getting from a contact in Bespin a jammer, right? Like a portable jammer. So the range of it is not extreme.
Oh,
so
okay.
I would imagine like a block or two, maybe.
That's fine.
What the rest of you?
One other question. legal status on Bespin. We're bounty hunters. Is that legal here? Can we go in and blast off people without repercussions, or how strict are authorities?
There is a lax Imperial presence here still. They are supposed to be handing over like authority to a local administrator, you know, like because they had someone from the Empire taking over during the Galactic War. So there's kind of in transitions. So you might have like some officers who don't really care too much as long as they get a bribe, right? Just don't cause a lot of trouble. But they probably would not take kindly if you start shooting things up.
I have in mind to shoot the Imperials.
You're gonna like expedite the transition process. All right. So what's all right, Captain? Oh, Captain. What does this look like? You're going to the medical ward.
I think we've got the information that he's got this droid bodyguard. So I think the first thing is to scout out and figure out, identify the bodyguard so that we can then, you know, figure out how we're going to separate him from separate.
All right.
people.
Unless someone has a specific need, probably read a bad situation.
Okay.
Anyone can do that.
Okay, 7 plus sharp. So I think that's a 9. Yeah. Um. I guess what's the biggest threat if I'm looking for the droid bodyguard? I'm thinking that's what it is. So.
I think the biggest threat would be to have it find you before you find it.
Hmm.
What I'm going to say is that there is a hinged crate kind of like tucked away in the side corridor with DRU logo on it, which is the rental droid company. And it's like got like a flashing light, like a standby light. So yeah, it's getting kind of late at night, so we're gonna have to do like a cliffhanger or something here soon. So I don't want everyone to be paralyzed by decision making. So what do you think the next thing it would be for you to do with your bounty hunters?
Well, I think they're like meeting up with the sect and Bespin.
Yep.
The sect, and that would probably be a one that I could help advance our knowledge about the situation. But I also believe that like in order to like further add depth to Trine's character, I think that like he would probably end up, number one, he would probably end up like pulling the captain aside and being like, "Hey, I'm going to help you guys on this, but I don't want any of the money.
Oh, I see.
I just want to be able to talk to this guy to see what he knows on Jabba."
Cool. Awesome. Anyone else? Like what I'm just going to say is that if you don't do anything, the surgery is going to happen. He's going to look differently.
No, I think we should scout out the surgeon, or maybe just make an appointment with the surgeon. I mean,
Well, I kind of think we take him while he's unconscious for the surgery.
Do you like ideal? Do you like steal him while the surgeon's getting prepped?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
Okay. This is like a heist.
Oh, right. So the surgeon doesn't have any personnel right now. He might need a medic or something.
Well, there's like a droid, right, assistant. But however you want to frame this is fine with me.
Yeah, but droid assistants, they are so fragile.
So here's what I think would be cool. Let me know if you think differently. Is that we sort of do like our epilogue setting this like cliffhanger thing up. You're totally gonna like get him, but we'll have someone roll act under pressure to see if there are any complications that result from that. But I want everyone to, after we make that roll, whoever wants to take point on it, then we'll do sort of like, this is my character, like there's a quick epilogue at that point. Does that make sense?
Oh my goodness, you're still alive.
Okay, so who wants to?
I can make the under pressure roll because I'm really good under pressure.
Good. All right, go, Craig.
Yeah, let me.
You got this.
Yeah, I got this. You just want me to fail, so I have to. Hey, come on. No. Yeah, I've got a 6. I've got an 8, and you know what? I can bottle it up. I'll give you 2 hold. You can use against me, so I get it to a 10.
Ooh, nice. All right, so what options are you picking?
For act under pressure,
you do what you set out to.
I do what I set out to. I don't pick any options. That's what I do.
Yeah, so describe what this looks like, and then we'll have the other characters sort of fill in their role in this as well.
Yeah, okay, this looks like, I guess we take out the medical droid first. And then there are a few shenanigans, I guess. Mm-hmm. I think I'll just turn up as medic help for this operation, like getting in and then putting this guy under and then handing him off to somebody who's standing by.
And you've got some like experience in handling medical stuff, so you can play the role.
I do.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I am a medic, so.
Yeah, awesome. All right. So, Brian, what do we see for Oligo?
Maybe I'm loading that virus that was on our ship onto this bodyguard droid.
Oh, so you're like, there's like this scene of you like connecting a data pad or whatever to the crate.
Yeah.
And we see like upload. Doop, doop, doop. Oh, and then like, oh, that's a perfect cliffhanger for next time. All right, awesome. All right, who's next?
I think Ark is hoping. Let me take a look at his weapons, make sure it makes sense. I think Ark is trying to take a tactical position to support in case security comes. So he's hanging back with blaster rifle hidden, and he's got his cool cloak hiding his shiny armor. It's worked before, so it'll work now.
Oh, cool.
That's the plan.
I see, like, if you don't mind me adding, like, you see a pair of stormtroopers going on break, and they take their helmets off, right? And they look like 2 different humans under there.
Oh, that's just wrong.
Okay, and then Ryan or Tony.
Yeah, I think Trent's just Shrine might have vanished. He notices this was an easy one. He's not going. He's not leaving without completely unannounced. Like he may have mentioned to Ark that he had some other business. It shouldn't take long. And now that our hunt has been secured, he's gonna sneak into like a mechanical shoot where like he sees a few others that have masks that are very different. It's a different type of clan maybe within his sect. And he just kind of sees them over this like steaming vent. He sees them behind it.
Oh, cool. Was there like a scene like between the two of you, like discussing you leaving, or is it just sort of an understood thing, or what?
I think between Oligo and me, he knows that he knows kind of more about my background, so he might even know. But I just told Ark that like Illegal will know to like wait for me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Good.
I won't go into more detail.
Awesome. All right. End credits. Perfect. Thank you. All right. So what I want to do now is to do wishes and stars. Stars are things that you thought were really cool that stood out. Wishes are things that you'd like to see more of or change or whatever. Again, this is the first time I've run this, and I'm just trying to get close to what Rich has done over the years. So I already see some things that I want to tweak, but I'd love to hear your feedback right now as well. So let's go ahead and start with Tony.
Sure. Yeah, stars. I feel like everybody did a great job of like building the world up with little details. I can't think of too many specifics. I mean, we just lived it, so I'm like, good job running it. I liked the types of decisions we had to make. Things didn't go very wrong for me, which is okay. Like I don't mind rolling well, but and things staying calm, but they weren't ever tense. Maybe that would be a wish, was like build the tension, like. But I also, it's funny because like the anxiety of making a decision on the fly, like adding some extra anxiety onto that is always like, it's weird to say I want that, but I know that makes it interesting. So yeah, I would just say, even if rolls are going our way, maybe think of ways to do that. But yeah, other than that, really great.
Thank you. Ryan?
That wasn't working to unmute. Yeah, I had a really good time. I don't know about any specific. I don't know. I think it was a good start, and yeah. Looking forward to next time. I don't know.
Cool. Any moments that stood out for you?
I don't know. I feel like I'm very bad at this. No, I don't know.
Okay, cool.
I don't know.
Awesome. Sabine?
Yeah, I would like to give stars to everyone for portraying their character, creating their character, and having such cool and interesting characters. I would wish for more chances to interact with these cool characters, though, because we didn't have any great discussions. It was mostly very meta, which was fine, but for a first session, I had to get into these characters' heads a bit. But I would like to have more, I don't know, more talky parts, I guess, find out what the others are about and all that stuff. And also, I think, was it Ryan said, more attention. Yes, please.
Cool. And Rich?
Yeah, stars for the setup, from the work going into the playbooks. I think that the mechanics that you've added are really interesting and smooth. I loved the implementation of the ship. It's cool because, bounty hunters versus monster of the week. Like monster of the week, you just go hunt monsters, right? It's just an adventure. But bounty hunters, by having that ship, it was like, oh, I've got a reason I want to earn some credits. So that was really nice, right? Because when I think of bounty hunters, I'm thinking like, okay, well, I don't really want to count. We got 1,000 credits, so we have a thing to pour credits into. So I thought that was a really neat addition. I like that a lot. I like the histories and the way we all work together to create a pretty interesting unit. Tony, I have to say, Trine was the might, and coming from Mustafar and being all flame related, that was just like so evocative. I really wanted to see him burn people down. I guess that'd be one of my wishes. Like, I want us to get into like a pitted fight and things to go terribly wrong. So I'm looking forward to lots of missed rolls, which can be a tough thing in Monster League because you have luck. But you know, you're a GM, you can just make our lives terrible at the start, like even without rolls if you want. It's cool.
Cool. Well, thank you, everyone. Sorry for the shorter session this time. Next time, we'll hopefully be able to get up and running for longer. Maybe do like a downtime session or something and get more of that character drama interaction going on there. I really appreciated you coming and playing this game, and I had a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the characters and setup that we've got going forward. So it's a fairly like easygoing group of bounty hunters. So I'm anxious to see what you guys are like in the middle of a firefight as well. All right. Thank you again. Yeah.
I have to say I won't be joining because I just can't. I don't have that in the RSVP for the next one or the following ones. But I definitely can't make next weekend. If you end up with an open spot, I don't know if you will. I might be on the wait list for the following ones. So
cool.
Yeah, it was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you, everyone.
Fun playing with you, Tony and Brian, and always Sabina and David.
Thank you.
Cool.
Thank you, everyone. So this concludes our recording, unless there are any final questions or comments. All right. Awesome. Thank you, everyone.